the MLB season shouldn't have happened. And I love baseball, and I want to see baseball. But how can you not expect there not to be numbers? The problem with the MLB is they're not confining these players. The NBA, they're confining them. NHL, they're confining them. You need to go somewhere that it's in a confined area. You got multiple fields, and if it's not a major league stadium, big fucking deal. You want to play baseball? You gotta go somewhere where there's multiple fields in an isolated area. Somewhere that's not really that many cases. You need to have them all go there. But that suck, yeah, but this is gonna continue. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna have no choice but to shut it down. And if they don't shut it down, I can promise you one thing, the government will tell them to shut it down. The NBA is so smart with this, but Rob Manfred is a fucking idiot. I hate that fucking guy. He's an idiot. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's that he's ignorant or if he just fucking thinks he's bigger than COVID. But for you to not isolate these players and put them in bubbles is pathetic. It's just the same way with Roger Goodell in the NFL. They're not, so far, they're not talking about any bubbles with football. Mm-hmm. You explain that to me. Just like, and that's the other thing. NFL ain't going to happen either. And I love football. I love football. Do me a favor, zoom that in. I want to link back. What if the Dodgers, Mookie Betts, and Cody Bellinger both get it? And then they're out for 2 weeks. Or even longer. That changes everything. Those two guys are the best players on their team. What if Garrett Cole and Judge get it on the Yankees? Kind of fucks with them too, right? What if a team that's, fighting for a spot, like the Angels, all of a sudden lose Mike Trout? And we're not talking about injuries here. We're talking about COVID. Injuries are part of the game. Injuries have been here way before COVID, and they'll be here way after COVID. COVID is COVID. You can't control COVID. Guys can get it at any given time. I coach my kids. I could get it at any given time. I wear my mask. I do what I got to do, but my kids don't wear that mask on the field. They test all the time. That's why the Miami Marlins I bet you half those guys are asymptomatic. I think they get tested every time before they come to the building. And if they test positive, they tell you to go home.
So how did this happen?
I bet you they got tested, and the results came in. And they said, it's the same thing with Juan Soto. Juan Soto was tested hours before the game, so he was at the park. And they tested him, and he tested positive. And they sent him home. Sometimes the results
so that could happen, like the results didn't come back fast enough. Right. They should do it that they can't even come to the stadium, or they have to go to the stadium and get tested.
But here's the problem. If you test today, so let's say that you get tested and I get tested today.
Yeah.
We both come back negative. That doesn't mean we're not positive tomorrow. You could be positive in 5 minutes, you could be positive in 5 hours, you could be positive in 5 days, you could be positive in 5 weeks. You could literally get it like that. There's one team that benefits from this, and it's the fucking Houston Astros, because they don't have to hear fans booing at every stadium, 30, 40, 50,000 people booing their ass every fucking time that they stepped on the batter's box. Mm-hmm. So that is the only thing, because the players aren't going to boo. They're going to throw at them, but they ain't going to boo at them. I think it's shut down within 2 or 3 weeks. Wow. Because this is going to get worse. Yeah. And they're not going to really control it. And they're going to feel the heat. Going to have to shut it down. You heard it here on the record. Okay. Baseball will be gone. Even if the season gets canceled, we're all in this together. And we're going to get through this. And guess what? Baseball will be back. And you can go back to Yankee Stadium. And you can go back to Dodger Stadium. And you can cheer on your teams. Because we will get through this. And we'll get past this. And the Mugs will still be here. Lumberland will still be here. Big Nick will still be here, Casey will still be here, and all you will still be here. Because we're all doing the same thing. We're all fighting the same thing.